Fast Pasta, Anthony Alfredo. It's Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski up at the Fox booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, fellas. How's it going?
We're doing pretty good. We think you're doing pretty good. You're just coming off a big $100,000 Dash for Cash win last couple weeks in Dover. What'd you do with all the money?
Put it in the savings. Got to be smart. But no, that was awesome, man. Appreciate Xfinity putting that on for the series, and to win that was a huge accomplishment for our team. Obviously, everybody at Our Motorsports been doing a phenomenal job bringing fast cars to the track, and man, we've been doing a lot with little, just punching above our weight. So we'll try to keep the momentum rolling.
Copy that. Well, you're starting 8th today. Obviously, no practice. How do you prepare to get into the race car at Darlington, one of the toughest tracks we come to, pretty much blind?
Yeah, it's tough. Spent a lot of time in the simulator with Hendrick Motorsports, though, trying to get those guys dialed in, and I'm sure that track time is going to pay off at an opportunity like this without any track time prior to the green flag. So it's my favorite track. I'm ready to rip. Got a good-looking shop Chevrolet accessories Camaro. Hopefully we can keep this track position all day and have a shot to win this thing at the end.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Easy guy to root for is Anthony Alfredo. Now we look at our starting grid in today's race. Mentioned the fact that qualifying was rained out yesterday. Cole Custer on the pole, going alongside championship leader Chandler Smith. Row 2, we just talked to him. Sheldon Creed alongside A.J. Allmendinger, one of the great veterans looking for his first win of the season.
Yeah, after that, you got Sam Mayer, Austin Hill. A little bit of experience from Austin Hill. It's going to play in his hands when it comes to Darlington.
Row 4, Anthony Alfredo, we just talked to, having a great season so far. Justin Allgaier looking to get Junior Motorsports in victory lane. You know he'll be tough today.
After that, you got Parker Reslap in the awesome Harry Gant car right next to Riley Herbst, starting there in the 5th row.
Back to row 6.
Yeah, there you go, Brad.
Jesse Love, Parker Kligerman. Parker's really been fighting hard for that win here. He's got a great shot, and Jesse has had a phenomenal rookie season.
Look at this duo in row 7. Teammates at Junior Motorsports. Brandon Jones, who has won here alongside Carson Kvapil, making his first start at this track. Row 8, Jeb Burton, Kyle Weatherman. Well wishes to Kyle Weatherman, whose mother-in-law has been ill. And Shane Van Gisbergen in row 9 with that throwback to Marcus Ambrose alongside Eric Almirola. We think he'll be really good today. Ryan Ellis, Jeremy Clements in row 10. And row 11 is special. It's all about Kyle Petty with their throwbacks. You've got Leland Honeyman Jr. and Brennan Poole. And by the way, the fans have been voting on their favorite paint scheme, and it goes to Brennan Poole in the 40 Ford. I know that's one you really like, Joe.
Absolutely. I mean, I think every kid's first car was a Hot Wheels car, and Kyle Petty's Hot Wheels car was like the most iconic one on the racetrack to me when I was a kid. So cool to see that back on the racetrack. I actually just got off the Kyle Petty charity ride. Was on it yesterday, and it was a great time. They raised a ton of money for Victory Junction, so a great way to honor Kyle with a few of his cars out here today.
Now we hear from our pit reporters, Regan Smith, Josh Sims. We begin with Regan, who won here in 2011 in a Cup car. Good afternoon, Regan.
Well, Adam Carson Kvapil has been nothing short of great in his first 2 Xfinity starts. 4th at Martinsville, 2nd at Dover 2 weeks ago, nearly winning. A different challenge today, though. No practice, no qualifying. He has never gone into turns 1 and 2. He said he's most nervous today about the first trip through turns 1 and 2. Not so much the race, but getting through that first corner. Josh Sims?
Well, Regan, is this the week that Justin Allgaier gets that first win of the season? This is a great track for him. He's won here 2 times. He's finished in the top 7 the last 6 races here, and when I talked to him earlier, he told me this is a place that forced me to be what I am not, and that is patient. You got to race the track. You got to take what it gives you. Let's see if he can be patient today as he hunts for his 3rd win at the Lady in Black, guys.
I tell you, this really gives me a reminder of COVID racing. This is the first track we came back to. It was a month or so off, and we had to go into the race with no practice. It feels a lot like that.
See our race analysis, stage breakdown 45 and 45. We run it out to lap 147. 6 sets of tires for today's race. We will get a competition caution at lap 20 after practice and qualifying was rained out yesterday. Front row, Chandler Smith, Cole Custer. Custer, the control car, takes the outside lane. We are green at the track. Too tough to tame.
That's where they talk about turn 1. Everyone tiptoeing through it a little bit. If you are aggressive, this is a moment you can take a big advantage and try to get some spots, but none of these guys know what their cars even drive like yet.
Big push down the backstretch. A.J. Allmendinger got right in the back. Cole Custer's going to push him to the lead here through 3 and 4.
AJ's going to try to follow him through. This top lane, definitely has a bit of an advantage, especially in these Xfinity cars early in the run. If you can get to the outside of someone through 3 and 4, it's really going to give you a good head of steam down the front stretch.
Custer, the reigning champ, on point, still looking for his first win of 2024. Been close on many occasions, including a couple of weeks ago when the rain got him at Dover. Allmendinger settles into second, and that's Chandler Smith in third.
Great first few laps. These drivers really had it cut out for him today with no practice, no qualifying like we talked. Very clean so far. I'm impressed.
And you see it happens pretty quickly here. A lot of it gets single file, except this wad right here. They're still trying to figure things out. And you see there in the 17 car, you expect that one to move forward. That's William Byron in that race car. He's a great race car driver, ton of experience. Expect that one to move forward with the fast car as well.
How about +8? 2 green flag laps. 17 is strong. Last time we saw that car on track, Coda, when Kyle Larson pulled into victory lane for Mr. H.
Underneath Lakeland Hungman, another Kyle Petty throwback. That's my favorite. I love that one.
There's a lot of great ones. You see right there the Harry Gant throwback with Parker Retzlaff. Really, really cool as well.
Alfredo doing good early. Started 8th, running 7th right now, just in front of Allgaier.
Justin's right on his bumper. We had a little trouble with the 51 car at the start of the race with a little issue. Got a little radio action here.
I don't know. Something's wrong. Track bar, something's loose.
Boy, you hate that. He was running 22nd, fell back now dead last. And what's unfortunate is that team is South Carolina based from Spartanburg. This is a very, very important race to that organization.
Great clean first few laps. I did not expect this, Joe. I'll be honest with you. This is such a tough track, and these drivers are doing a really great job here.
Yeah, it's funny. You say you don't expect it, and then you can say that because they haven't made many laps, but also you could almost believe it because everybody's not that aggressive yet. Everybody's tiptoeing, kind of feeling it out. And a lot of times when you think it's going to be a complete disaster at the start of a race, it ends up being very tamed.
Yeah, they're building their confidence in their race cars, to your point, Joey, and what they can and can't do. Another pass here for William Byron.
Williams figured out he can pass a lot of cars.
That's underneath the 38, Matt Benedetto.
Saw him racing right there with the 26, John Hunter Nemechek. Nearly won this race a season ago. 48, Parker Kligerman throwing it back to the boss man, Scott Borchetta, who won a couple of late model truck championships in Nashville. So that's the scheme they have gone with. Riley Herbst a part of that mix, and the 31, the Harry Gant throwback. That, of course, Parker Retzlaff. Harry actually went over to the shop when they did the unveil. They had both cars there, his and the car that Parker's going to run today. Harry Gant is 84 years old. He looks like he could still go out drive and compete.
Handsome Harry, high, wide, and handsome.
This is one of his best racetracks. I'm sure he's cheering today for Parker.
Allgaier got around Alfredo. He's now 7th. And looking to pick up a few more. Let's drop back and pick up the 17 again. What's up with William Byron, Regan?
Adam, you see William Byron moving up through the field relatively quickly as we would have anticipated. Spoke to him as he was getting in the car, and he said this race a little bit different than when he did Phoenix earlier this year. He remembers this track in the Xfinity car much better than what he did Phoenix and how the car needs to feel. So keep an eye on him today. That's bad news for the competition if he already remembers it.
Well, we saw a lot of action right there in 3 and 4. Austin Hill come up to try to throw the block on Sheldon Creed. He saw that run was going to be up top and he was going to pass him. And he pretty much aborted on the bottom lane and went to the top as quickly as possible and made Sheldon put the brakes on.
And Justin Allgaier said, "Merry Christmas. I'll take both these spots."
Absolutely.
2 for 1, driver 7. Allgaier now 5th. Toyota onboard camera is Creed. There goes Alfredo.
Two distinctly different lines here. What you see here is Anthony Alfredo's kind of using that white line and hooking the apron to get his car to turn. But on the straightaway, get that big run with Sheldon Creed running the top. So, the shorter distance isn't always the fastest way.
Yeah, and so many people say Darlington's a one-groove racetrack. There's not much room to move around. I disagree. There is a lot of room. Even 1 and 2, you may see later in the run some cars start to run a little bit lower through the center of 1 and 2, looking to get on the racetrack where there's a little less rubber. You see some right here in 3 and 4. You can run the very, very bottom below that white line or by the wall, and it's going to get tight here on the exit.
Really tight. Sam Mayer in the 1, Chandler Smith in the 81. 2 drivers that have won this season locked into the playoffs.
Justin Allgaier looking to get another 2 for 1 here.
I love
get him right here. He's going to look underneath. Sam, not quite there.
Not going to quite get underneath them.
Love that scheme for Allgaier. It's a throwback to a 1949 fertilizer truck at Brandt. That is really neat. We're going to go side by side. Cole Custer leading for the first time in his career. That sounds crazy because he's won here. We'll explain when we come back. Back at Darlington, Justin Allgaier continues to move to the field. He's up to third, and you saw it while we were side by side. Problems for the 17 of William Byron.
Yeah, he gets in the fence here, and we don't know if he had a flat tire before or after, but now he's on pit road losing lots of laps. He's out of contention already, guys. That just shows you why we call it a 10 in toughness. The lady in black. Oh,
it is tough, and we, like you said, we don't know when it happened, but I know one thing. He got a flat tire here off of 4, and he had to go all the way around the whole racetrack slow with a right front just like that, which you see. He had to drive all the way around, losing so much time. He's just now rolling off a pit road.
3 laps down by the time he gets back on the racetrack.
How difficult is this place? I mean, you say it's a 10, but I just look at the big-name drivers that it's claimed already this weekend. Last night, Kyle Busch running in the Truck Series, had it get away from him here. William Byron going 3 laps down early with the issues. So it does not care what your name is, what your resume is, how many races you've won, championships, it will bring you down. We're going to get a competition caution here in a few laps. I said going to break. Cole Custer is leading here. First time he's led, despite the fact he's been to victory lane. You both looked at me funny, but you've fixed the problem here. You figured it out.
We figured it out. It took us a moment, but there was a car that got thrown out for not being legal, and he finished second.
That's right.
Is that right?
Middle. Yeah.
Yes.
Denny Hamlin won this race in 2019. Did not pass post-race inspection. Cole Custer doesn't lead a lap, but he does get the win, and you see what he's accomplished here. That average finish of 3.8 is really impressive.
Yeah, you say he's never led a lap here, but boy, that 3.8 average finish is strong. It says he's right around the front all the time. Obviously showing that the first run of this race. But this is definitely that part of the run right now, guys, that look at the back end of the 00. He's leading the race. He is sliding around. These cars are out of control 20 laps into a run. This is when you start to see the comers and goers, right? The cars that fired off real fast may start to start feeling a bit of a penalty by using their tires up. The fall off is huge here. They're almost, they're 2.5 seconds or slower right now off the pace of what their fastest laps were.
Good battle for 5th. 81 Chandler Smith. 21 is Austin Hill. Austin 2 wins this year. Came first 2 races of the season, Daytona and Atlanta. Was second here last fall to Denny Hamlin.
It is fun to watch them slide around here, though. It looked like, you know, they're having fun, kind of, but if you're going backwards, it's the most frustrating part. If you're sideways moving forward, you're like, oh, this is all right. This is kind of a good time.
Like the slick go-kart track, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's times late in the run you go, my gosh, I can't believe I'm going this slow. And it's all you got. And then someone puts on new tires and blows your doors off.
Yes.
It's always that. But, you know, we're literally we're 3 seconds off the pace from what their fastest laps were at the end of this run.
And there's the caution. This is the competition caution. NASCAR said they would throw right around lap 20 because we had no practice or qualifying here yesterday. So as we hit lap 20, we look at the fall off, and our ghost car helps us illustrate what it means over the long run here. This is what you were just talking about, Joey.
Yeah, this is what Superman looks like to me.
I mean, it's crazy. And look at the amount of distance. That's half the track so far we've watched. Look where the lap 2 is. I mean, he's going to be a straightaway ahead just in one lap. That's what tires are worth at Darlington.
Great way of illustrating. I love this animation, guys.
Half a straightaway. Or so.
Still a lot. You know, that's, 3 or 4 laps. And you're all the way back to where you were. You say, well, why don't you just pit all the time then? Well, you've only got 6 sets of tires. And we're going to see one of those sets get used here by the majority of the field.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, competition lap, caution here on lap 20. You got to get to lap 45. We just saw the amount of fall off there. Really hard to save a set when there's that much fall off here.
Now, William Byron, we talked about him before. He lost 3 laps, was not able to get in front of leader. Look how close he was, Joey. He was within 1 car. If he would have passed the leader here, he would have waved to being 1 lap down. That's a tough break for him.
He'll still most likely wave here as he's got newer tires, so he'll be 2 down on the restart.
Got a report 17 had a slow leak, and that's what started all that. Pit road is open as we expected. Everybody going to come down pit road here. Regan Smith, you're up first.
Adam St. Mayer in the 1 car up a couple of positions from where he started the race earlier. Overall, he is too tight right now. Needs the car to turn just a little bit better. But as he ran, he got too loose in turns 1 and 2. So kind of a double adjustment needed on that car. And the 81 of Chandler Smith has 0 front turn anywhere with his car. Lateral grip is good. That means the back's not sliding anywhere, but the front will not turn, climbing the hill or through the center. Josh?
The 00 of Cole Custer. He said that car fired off just a little bit loose. He needs a little help in the front as well, but it's the rear grip he was losing. They're making a couple adjustments for him. As far as the 16 of AJ Allmendinger, a little trouble getting off pit road there, almost hit it to the double 7, or the 07 that is, but his biggest concern, building 3.
Race leader Cole Custer had a long stop. Race off pit road. 21 car's been good all season when you talk about the guys that go over the wall. +5 for Hill, +1 for Allgaier, Mayer up 1, and a good stop for the Creed bunch as well. The competition caution comes out halfway through our opening stage. We're live in Darlington, South Carolina. We've done the chews as we get ready for the restart to wrap up stage 1 after the competition caution. And we go back to the pit stop for the 00 of our race leader coming in, Cole Custer.
Yeah, what you're going to see here is on the left front, something happens to the air gun. You see him signaling right there, help me guys, help me. And the lefter is going to come over and try to fix it for him. In the process, they do get the wheel on, but they had to come back down pit road a lap or so later here, Joey, and do this again. Now they're all the way in the back.
Yeah, I mean, they lost a bunch of spots, and they came back in and tightened up the left rear. So after all that, they still left the left rear loose, and now his chance to get the run back is tough.
Yeah.
Custer going to restart outside the top 30. Great pit work for the 21 team. They rank number 1 when you talk about those that go over the wall in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And just like the start of the race, the man in control takes the outside lane. Hill Allgaier out there.
Little door action here, Joey.
They really want this to take the lead here, get that clean air. Two very aggressive drivers.
Almost clear him. He's going to clear him. Look at that.
What a restart for the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Muscles up and pulls to the lead.
Got a great launch, carried a lot of speed through 1 and 2. This car's turning really well.
Just at a very, very bottom. Austin Hill goes just the opposite. That's what you do when you're second place. You do the opposite, try to hopefully get some air and get a run. And he's able to get a pretty decent run to close it up to Justin Allgaier into turn 1.
Yeah, Justin started 7th, and we saw him passing cars. He's been steadily working his way up to the front. Now that he's got the lead, I'm curious to see what he's got here, guys.
I like the 7's balance of patience and aggression. Sometimes he takes it easy. Sometimes he goes and gets it, kind of like what we saw there on the restart.
Well, they changed it up. We saw last time they went through 3 and 4. Justin Allgaier was on the very bottom. Austin Hill was up top. Justin recognized that, switched it up, went to the top, and was able to pull away a little bit.
Let's go to Josh.
It's some trouble for the 26 of John Hunter Nemechek making that first start of the season with Sam Hunt. Came over the radio reporting a power steering issue. They were going to come back down the pit road to see if they could address it, but for now he's going to continue to battle through it so they can come in and address it later on in the race.
And that was us trying to figure out how to use the things up here to circle stuff.
We had him. We just missed him too quick, but it still works because Sheldon Creed in a great battle right here with A.J. Allmendinger. Just lost a spot to Sam Mayer, but this is where you don't want to be, on the outside off of turn 2, Joey. Oh, it gets tight right there. And you can't really see it all that well, but in the car, whoa, it's
Look at Chandler Smith taking advantage. A little momentum, 2 for 1, maybe.
Yeah, when they came off of turn 2 side by side like that, they both had to check up so much to not wreck. And when you're the third car, you're like, oh baby, here I come, but not a good enough run to actually clear him through 3 and 4.
And these guys are still going at it, 2 by 2 into turn 1.
Well, they were 2 wide that opened the door for Chandler Smith. They got 3 wide, and here comes the 48 of Parker Kligerman. Really good stuff at Darlington.
Now, they could do that right now because they only have 15 laps, 16 right now. Oh, another 3 wide.
Same situation happened right there. Those 2 are side by side off the corner. The 20 of Eric Almirola able to take advantage. Maybe if he can get some bite off of turn 4 here.
It's a little loose on the throttle, but these guys only have to go another 15 laps on the tires, where normally they're going to have to go 35 to 40, so they're going to use every bit of this tire they can right here to get those stage points.
So Eric was able to gain 1 spot throughout that, right? Wasn't able to get past the 81 of Chandler Smith, but was able to get 1 spot and cycle back in.
But a good start to this race for Eric Almirola, who rolled off 18th, has worked his way to 7th, could easily get to the top 5 before the end of the stage. And this is a team that has delivered big time. 3 wins for the 20 with 3 different drivers. We stay green as Jeremy Clements comes down for an unscheduled stop.
And remember earlier in the race, he was saying there was just something off with that car, and it looks like it's really off now. Tough day for him.
And definitely a really cool throwback. Get the Robert Presley throwback, but actually has the actual sponsor from that on this car. Wish it ran a little better.
And Coleman, your spotter, is spotting today for A.J. Allmendinger. So a whole lot of connections here. Coleman Presley on board with Ryan Sieg. This has been a good track for him, and he's working his way inside the top 15 around Carson Quapple. 13 to go, stage 1. Allgaier, Hill, Mayer, Creed, and Allmendinger, your top 5 at Darlington. The only thing slowing down Cole Custer today, pit road. Look at this rally from outside the top 30 and trying to get to the top 15. He's plus 15 since the restart. Man, that 00 strong.
He's very strong and dirty air too. Look at him move all over the place, way below the line there, trying to get any run he can. Look at that. He's also got to play defense when he doesn't get good runs.
Shane Gisbergen right underneath him, making his first start here, trying to make a big move into turn 3.
91 of Kyle Weatherman.
Kyle Weatherman.
Yep, Kyle Weatherman looking good early.
Yeah, they looked a lot like the 16. It's the throwback cars.
Well, they get you every time, don't they, Brad?
Yes, they do.
Ben Gisbergen's got a cool car. He's got the Marcus Ambrose throwback.
That's right.
Car, so definitely a cool one there as well.
But you got to give credit to Cole here. He is he's running a really smart race. Another Kyle Weatherman move through the middle.
He's passed a lot of cars in the last couple laps.
Well, and what's great about Weatherman is the fact that he's coming off that unbelievable job that he did at Dover when he finished inside the top 10, right? So, I mean, this is a team that has started to get better and better as the season has rolled along.
There's just some great racing through the field right now. And, you know, we said it. Look how fast Cole is there. He can be patient and, you know, wait for the runs to come to him at the right time without getting too crazy.
Carson Gavaba got really loose off of turn 2 right in front of Cole Custer. Nice save for him.
And Cole's just being disciplined down on that line. Crossing that seam is a pretty good banking transition where he's at there. So you got to always kind of do it slow. So bring it down a little bit easy before you break the back of the car loose. And then he's going to try to roll through the bottom here in 1 and 2. He's going to get it set, and he's going to try to charge it through the center of the corner
and get him
clear.
Nice job.
Let's go back to Carson Quapple and the save that he had. He's doing a nice job here early. First ever laps at Darlington. Watch this.
Just to get a little bit on the apron, Joey, and it's a little bit rough down there, and that car just turns. Great job counter steering out of it.
That on top of a car to his right side. You see Weatherman loose off the bottom of 4.
4 laps to go. These guys have used every bit of tire they have here.
Take them if you got it at this point. Like you said, 4 laps to go. Use them up. You know you're going to get tires here in a second, especially if you're Cole Custer. You got to get every spot you can. You know you have a winning race car. You want to try to set up the next stage as close to the front as possible.
Teammates for 7th, Creed and Almirola, and right behind them, Jesse Love seeing this place for the first time. The rookie doing a nice job in the 2.
Almirola fired off really strong here, and it's kind of faded here the last few laps. We saw him get passed by Parker Kligerman, who drove up into the top 5. Looks like he might be just a little too free here.
It's still not too bad. You know, he's just made a pass there. He's still hanging. But, yeah, I'm sure he's wanting to make some adjustments.
Start to think about those stage points. Riley Herbst has done a good job collecting those so far this season, and he's the last driver in line to do it here. 10th with 3 to go in the stage.
Still inside full, 3 offset 98.
Creed drove the 2 car last year. Jesse Love driving it this year, and the Deuce is up to 8th in the running order. Best position of the day for the driver out of California.
Great battle here for that last stage point. There's a lot of pride in that last stage point, Joey. The top 10 in the stage. Parker Retzlaff, Riley Herbst, right in front of him, Sheldon Creed, like we were talking.
There's a number of drivers top 10 in points that haven't had unbelievable seasons, crashed out, maybe had some issues in the final stage, but because they've collected stage points, they've got themselves in a playoff position as we head toward the middle part of the regular campaign.
We hear Sheldon lifting. He's just a little bit too free up against the wall there. Couldn't stay committed to the gas. And what that means is really the back's just kind of coming out from underneath him, and you have to slow down a little bit, then the center of the corner, and just keep that thing from spinning out.
And the last thing you want is someone like that just tucked right up into your left rear corner, just taking all that air off. You're already loose. Whew, not comfortable.
Look at the top 5. They're all Chevrolets, but a lot of different teams up there. Allgaier leads from Junior Motorsports, Austin Hill from RCR, Mayer from JRM, Allmendinger from Collie, Kligerman, Big Machine. They're spreading it around. Here is Justin Allgaier back to the green and white checkered flag. Final time around stage 1. It's going to be his 5th stage win of 2024. That's the most of all drivers.
Ooh, a slide job by Riley Herbst to clear Sheldon Creed for 9th in the stage. He's going to make it count. He is.
Herbst gets 9th, and the final stage point goes to Sheldon Creed. A few years ago, Allgaier got his first win of the season here at Darlington. A two-time winner at the track Too'd Up to Tame, and he's in charge this afternoon after stage 1. Tomorrow, the best of the best compete for the crown as the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, presented by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship. It's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Fox. It's a throwback weekend here at Darlington. Ryan Ellis throwing it back to Cole Trickle, Days of Thunder. And the fans doing their part as well. Our producer, Eric Mandia, he's full in on it. Let's go back to Daytona, 1990 Xfinity race. Greg Sachs actually drove the City Chevrolet scheme in the Xfinity race because they wanted some film for the movie, and they used some of these clips in the movie. Dale Earnhardt won the race. Harry Gant was second. Greg Sachs finished third in that race. How about that?
It is a classic. I think of that scheme, as a kid. I remember when Days of Thunder came out. That scheme was just a total classic, along with the Kyle Petty Mel yellow car.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's still, in my opinion, the best NASCAR racing movie ever made.
Yes.
By a long shot.
We'll probably just hurt some feelings with that comment,
I probably
Joey.
did, but
you get Twitter
the other one just makes
Joey
fun of me
Logano.
the whole time, okay? That one actually more realistic.
Pit stops into stage 1, Regan.
Adam Santmayer continuing to have a good run right now. Biggest issue, though, is he is loose in turns 1 and 2, but too tight in turn 4. Can't be any looser in 1 and 2, so they're debating how they're going to fix that and if they want to take a little bit of their ability in 1 and 2 away. And the 81 of Chandler Smith right now has got his car turned a little bit better. It's finally working off of the right rear like he wants it, but the front still not quite keeping up. Josh?
For the 7 of Justin Allgaier, fired off type and lost grip towards the end of that run. They're going to make an adjustment to help him out. The same deal for Austin Hill. That car fired off just a little bit tight, lost grip, but he said, I love the drive in this 21 car right now.
Race off pit road was big when we had that competition caution. 21 team delivers again, +1. Allgaier goes back to second. Mayer holds serve. Same for Kligerman. And Allmendinger drops back to 5th. Getting lined up for stage 2. It was that close coming off. 21 strong on the pit lane. He'll be in control when we return. This is my favorite part of the show right here.
Oh, wait a minute. Mine too.
The producer told,
oh, wow.
The hits, they just keep on coming. Where does this stuff even come from?
Throw it back, guys.
Well, they told me we're going to do a little throwback fun with Brad and Joey. And then they put the full shot up of me.
It seemed like it was more fun of you, for sure.
This is highly controversial.
We still love you, Adam.
Yeah, that's good. You should. You should love me more. I've given you material.
What was that, 7 years ago?
Yeah, that's right.
Looking tough, buddy.
God. This is unbelievable.
Looking tough.
Yeah.
Like another Rob Gronkowski over here.
What was that hanging out down here? Those weren't abs, I'll tell you that.
I feel uncomfortable. Can we go back to the race?
Look at this 21 team on pit road.
They're getting it done. I mean, just crushing it. And they did right here. This sequence here came out in the lead, beat Justin Allgaier's team off of pit road. Now he's going to control the restart. And look what he did here, Joey. He picked the bottom. And on the wave around, the 17 car now down to 1 lap. He might get back in contention here, guys.
He took the wave around at the competition caution, gets the free pass here. So as you said, 1 lap down, and certainly not out of it yet. There's the team celebrating green as we begin stage 2. And Austin Hill jumping out there in the 21.
Yeah, we've seen in the past here, Brad, back to your point, the bottom lane gets good launch, but if you don't clear them into turn 1, you see what just happened there. Yes. Justin Allgaier is able to roll the top, get that momentum, and take the lead again, just like the last restart.
Yeah, but from the other group.
From the other lane. Yep. Shows the fire-off speed that 7 has, the execution of going through the gears. He's done a good job so far.
For 7th, Jesse Love figuring out Darlington.
Look at this run.
Brandon Jones is one here in the 9, racing Herbst for position.
When they're going to be on each other tight right here.
Tight, yes.
That 9 car to throw back to the boss man, Dale Jr., when he raced at Richmond in the Xfinity Series a few years ago. Chandler Smith driving by in the 81.
And Riley Herbst just got used up right there.
Yeah,
he just kind of got moved up the racetrack. Then he's going to try to gain some momentum back so he doesn't get passed again. Chandler Smith stuffs it in there on him again.
But these guys have to be careful. This is going to be a longer run, Joey. You know, the runs before were 2 20-lap runs. This could be a 40 or 50-lap run. These guys really got to take care of their car. Those tires are going to fall hard, and the harder you go at the start of this run, the more they're going to fall. As you see Austin Hill trying to make a move on Justin Allgaier off of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Meanwhile, Cole Custer started on the pole, led first 20-plus laps. Had the problem on the pit lane. He's 14th right now. Let's go to Josh.
Well, let's get an update on the 48 of Parker Kligerman. I talked to his crew chief, Patrick Donahue, before the race. He told me this is a racetrack they hadn't been good at in the past. They really struggled, but they had good notes to build off of for this year. They addressed the issues they had, and when I talked to Parker before the race, he told me, hey, if you come out of here with a 12th place finish for me, that is good. Well, he's running much better than that in 5th right now.
Yeah, that 48 car does look really strong today. He's going to run better than 12th unless something happens. But this battle for the lead has not lightened up at all.
Yeah, Allgaier doesn't look quite as strong here. Maybe he's saving his tires a little bit, Joey, knowing this is going to be a long run. Be interesting to see here as we run.
I feel like last restart, he jumped out front, and it stayed close for a bit, and then as the run continued, Allgaier started to create some separation toward the end of the stage. We'll see if he can do the same here. And don't write off Sam Mayer in the 1. He looks good.
So the 21 looks like he's just turning a little bit better, which is an advantage at the start of the run. Generally not an advantage at the end of the run.
Yeah, when I look at these 3 cars here, it's hard for me not to say right now Sam Mayer is the fastest of the 3, as close as he's ever able to stay in that dirty air. If that 1, at least at this point of the run, pretty early in the run, but if he got to the lead, he'd be gone. And you see him, he's just trying to find lanes that they're not in, working different lanes. What corner, when they go in, can I get to the top or the bottom? Just try to break the plane of the other's bumper to try to make that pass.
How about the 2 car, Regan?
Adam having another strong run, as we've come to expect from Jesse Love every single week. The plan was to be more aggressive early in these races once they got that win at Talladega a few weeks back. That's what he is continuing to do right now. Told me he thought his dirt background would actually help him today without having practice, being able to move around. And you see he's on the bottom, he's on the top, he's been all over the track in 3 and 4, working around, working his lines, just a little bit loose into turn 3, the biggest issue right now.
We see where these first-timers are running right now. Love up there in the top 10. Not bad for Carson Kvapil, making only his 3rd career start, coming off a runner-up finish at Dover. Van Gisbergen in 21st. And Leland Honeyman Jr. struggled a bit today, back in the 36th spot.
Custer just patiently working this traffic here. Back behind Carson Kvapil again.
Carson, obviously, just you said his 3rd run. He's picked 3 really hard racetracks to start his career.
It's getting harder and harder, right?
he's at the hardest one right now. But he's done a great job at just kind of figuring it out, taking his time. He's got a good race car here. And he's able to just kind of manage it, right? Just stay up there, learn a little bit, gain a couple spots every run, gain a couple spots. That's what he was able to do in Dover and almost won the race.
I talked a little bit to his crew chief, Andrew Overstreet, this week, and they love him. They think he's got a lot of talent, and I'll tell you what, he's showing it in these tough starts he's made. Been running in the Cars Tour Series, winning a lot of races, and it's great to see him get this opportunity with Junior Motorsports this year.
And the announcement came after that run at Dover. They've added 6 races, the first of those here, new sponsor on board, so everything working in the right direction for young Carson Kvapil. It's working well for his teammate, too. Justin Allgaier is your race leader. Middle portion of stage 2 at Darlington. As we race here at Darlington, we celebrate the fact that we're only 2 weeks away from our drivers only broadcast. Brad in studio with Austin Cindric. Joey in the role of play-by-play. Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones in the booth. Carson Hocevar. He kind of stole the show last year. He's on pit road with Josh Berry, who makes his drivers only debut. Memorial Day weekend, Charlotte Motor Speedway NASCAR Xfinity Series on Fox. 12:30 Eastern time is when the coverage begins.
I still can't believe they let us do this, Joey.
I can't believe it, but I am excited about it. I've been up here trying to watch Adam and how he does the play-by-play, and I can promise you I will not be as smooth, but I'm going to try my hardest, and I'll have some fun support up there with me as well.
The knowledge will be far greater. You two go ahead, dive in, give us a little drivers only.
So this is a warm-up, Joey.
It's a warm-up here, drivers only here in Darlington. Right now, we see 23 laps to go in the stage inside with AJ Allmendinger.
He's really working that wheel off of turn 4, Joe. You see him kind of open his hands up a little bit, like, oh, my hands are tired. He's going to drive it into turn 3, and look how loose he's going to get up against the wall. You see him kind of sawing that wheel.
That's turn 1 and 2. But I hope you think that's 3 tomorrow. That's going to help my chances of victory. But this is where you got to lift early. He lifts way early on the straightaway. Cruises down in there, gets up next to the wall, gets that air cushion. The closer the cars are to the wall, the more side force the car makes. If your car's balanced up good enough to do that, it's faster. The risk is also very, very high. If you push it a little too much, you hit the wall and it's in trouble. And you look down here in 1 and 2, runs a little bit lower for most of the corner there, and he gets his patch, Brad. That patch has a lot of grip.
A lot of grip, but also really bumpy, really easy to get in trouble there as the cars will bottom out, especially early in the run. But right now, like you said, Joey, these guys are right up against the wall, trying to get the best aero side force off the wall to make speed and make up for how loose those cars are while still not giving up lap time.
And here's a different approach. See him go from the top all the way to the bottom. Sheldon Creed, the very, very bottom off of turn 4, trying to straighten out the exit. Get the steering wheel out of it, get that lateral out of the car, and try to launch off the corner as straight as you can. Completely different mindset.
Yeah, he's trading the aerodynamics for mechanical grip. The track down there is a little cooler. It's got less rubber on it. It's got a little bit more mechanical grip through the tires, but less aero grip. So different tactics you can use here at Darlington, and we're seeing them in action here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
We got a little update on the 18 here. Obviously, he's currently 13th. He has started 3rd. He's doing pretty well. What do we got for an update, Regan?
Well, Joe, you see a little bit of a struggle right now so far today for Sheldon Creed in the 18 car. High expectations for this team coming into the race. This setup very similar to the one that Denny Hamlin won with last fall, but right now, Sheldon Creed, since the start of the race, complaining about the front tires. No front turn. He can't get the car to do what he wants it to.
Copy that. Hey, Adam, do you mind saving us here again? You know, what I've realized, there's a lot more people talking in my ear. I'm trying to watch the race.
I was going to tell you
a lot.
I was going to tell you that someone said in my ear, let Joey know there will be an email with some notes. So I don't know what that meant, actually.
If it's anything like a race team, there'll be plenty of data to look at to tell me where I'm off.
You can't hide anymore, right?
Not anymore.
You can't blame the car on this one.
You know, I'm so frustrated for Cole Custer because he just got stuck back there into traffic, and he's not been able to move really past Carson Quapple, and it all relates back to that pit stop. What's the update there, Josh?
Yeah, the issue for Cole Custer in that 00 car right now just keeps complaining he's way too free, especially on the long run. Can't drive it the way he wants it. You see it back in 15th. Of course, they had that issue on pit road, and now just not able to make the moves that he would like in that car, guys.
Yeah, he's trying anything he can, and you know, this is kind of a classic, you know, take of you lose your track position, you lose the balance of your car, you get behind on an adjustment or two, and then you're just stuck. Like, he's just trapped. Right there, you see Carson get the wall a little bit. Not enough to slow him down.
He's learning. Those are some rookie Darlington stripes. We've earned those a couple times.
You know, and something that's nice about, you know, in today's racing compared to actually when you and I started, Brad, these composite bodies you're able to just kind of touch the wall a little bit and not be that big of a deal most of the time. But when you, with a steel body, you used to knock the fender into the tire and it would cut the tire down. You couldn't afford to touch the wall.
He sounds like an old man. You know, when I was driving in the Xfinity
when I was young.
Back when I was a rookie 20 years ago.
Austin Hill is second, 2 seconds back of race leader Allgaier.
He gives you about a car length and a half to 2 car lengths on corner entry to 1. He checks it up a lot more getting to the middle. He's got just a touch more squirt of the throttle at the Darlington, South Carolina logo, middle of 3 and 4, then you maintain off of 4. We still need about a half a car width lower at that 3/4 mark to exit at 2. I got the right rear, the last lap, if you want to check it. Yep, already didn't even take anything off of it. The tire still has the white on it, you're good.
Great feedback here from the crew chief and spotter that you're hearing to Austin Hill. There's a lot going on in the car, so any of the information that the team guys can give him is just going to make him that much better. And kind of like I suspected at the start of the run, Austin Hill maybe a little more short run speed than long run speed. And we're seeing Justin Allgaier kind of drive away, and really the team through the crew chief and spotter and the race engineer is just trying to tell him where he's getting beat.
Yeah, and that always helps, you know, to have that. They have the data they're looking at and saying, oh, you're getting beat a little bit here. That's okay. Like, good to know. I can only adjust some things inside the car. You can't fix all of it. You have to sometimes make an adjustment to your car to be able to do some of it. But it's good to know where your weakness is so you can go to work at it.
Allgaier has passed a couple of more cars, putting him a lap down. That means that William Byron is no longer in the free pass position as we head toward the end of stage 2. Just over 10 laps to go. Allgaier out front. He's led 49 circuits today. Fox NASCAR back in Darlington, South Carolina. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear, powering the race from green flag to checkered flag and every mile in between. Goodyear, more driven. Justin Allgaier leading, 8 laps away from sweeping the stages. You look at what he's done in the last 6 races at Darlington. I would say those numbers are above average, huh? 2 wins. Really all those top 10s, the laps led, the average finish. He's been great. Austin Hill is second, but he has actually trimmed some time. Maybe he's getting a little better on the long run. Probably lap traffic for Allgaier helping him creep back into it as well.
I was going to say it was that great feedback from his driver and spotter. But Sam Mayer here right up against the wall. He had a really great start to the stage. He's faded just a tiny bit, but he's having a what I would call a strong, quiet day. Look for him at late in the race.
Yeah, Parker Kligerman, maybe one of the best long-run cars we've seen so far. He's been very disciplined in keeping his car straight, and he's starting to see the reward at the long part of this run as you see Sam Mayer right in front of him.
Allmendinger completes the top 5, coming off a 6th place finish 2 weeks ago in Dover, Delaware. That's the leaf filter onboard camera. Right behind him, high expectations today for Eric Almirola. Started 18th and running 6th.
And Jesse Love behind him, running 7th. I mean, what do you say about this? He's so impressive here. First start here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in this rookie season. Just continues to show up and put results on the board. Having that kind of that quiet, smooth day that you really want out of a driver like this in his first start.
Yeah, Brandon Jones behind him here. Running 8th, just having an average day. But sometimes at Darlington, that's what you're looking for. Just get through it. Keep the right side of the car clean like he's got it right now. Maintain some track position at the end of the race. Who knows what can happen.
I was talking to his crew chief earlier today in the garage area, Philip Bell, and he said we just need to finish a race. Talking about Brandon Jones, and as he works on a position inside the top 10, getting some points into the end of the stage. Up in front of him, his teammate going to the wrong direction. Sam Mayer falls to 4th. Kligerman starting to surface late in the stage in the 48. Riley Herbst 9th as we talk about those drivers trying to get stage points. And right behind him, the 81 of Chandler Smith came in with the championship lead by 1 point over Cole Custer.
It's been a little quieter today than what I'd expected out of him, but you see how loose he is off of turn 4. He's hanging on for that last stage point.
Carson Quapple, 14th right now, Regan.
Adam doing a nice job behind the wheel, following the exact same formula they have in his first 2 races in terms of learning the car as he goes and figuring out what he needs. But he's got one other issue in the car. The radios have been hanging up. Somebody within the pits radio has been hanging up. He can't hear what they're saying a lot of the times as that key's wide open. Brad and Joey, when a radio key's open, how distracting is that as a driver? I know I used to hate it.
Yep, we still hate it.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. You just hear somebody like they're sitting on the button, and it's just an open microphone, and every now and again you can hear that person talking, but you can't talk back to them. All you want to do is tell them to move or...
Well, yeah, you're running so close to the wall, and the cars are so out of control. You're like, you don't want anybody to talk to you. Be quiet, especially not a voice like that. Not fun, but, you know, Carson, he's dealing with a lot of adversity. First start, Darlington, open radio. Doing a good job with it.
This battle right here coming to the final lap. This is going to be a good battle. A.J. Allmendinger, Eric Almirola, right in front of him, Sam Mayer, who's fallen off here quite a bit. We talked about Parker Kligerman just passing him. Parker's put 2 seconds on him in just a few laps. The tires on Sam Mayer's car is gone.
Justin Allgaier took over the race lead midway through stage 1, and he really has never given it up. Strong on the restarts and good on the long run as well. 7 car going to get the stage sweep here today. He's led 62 laps so far. 62 and 90. That's impressive for Allgaier. It's the 12th time that he swept stage 1, stage 2 in his career. However, he only won 2 of the previous 11. Something to watch as we hit the final stage. Hill, Kligerman, Mayer, Almirola, your top 5. So far, so good for Justin Allgaier as he goes for his 3rd Darlington win this afternoon. Good time on the pit lane today. That 21 bunch. Second in stage 2. We'll see if they can win the race off the pit lane again as we get pit stops here in a moment. We look at our stage points for the day. Allgaier obviously gets 20 with the sweep. Great day for Austin Hill. I want you to look, though, at Parker Kligerman. 14 stage points today. He had scored 2 in his career all-time at Darlington coming into this race.
Yeah, I'd say he's having a good time. He told us earlier in the race, like you said, that this was not his favorite track. I think that opinion is changing pretty dramatically here. He's got a shot to win today. And
no doubt. Tonight it's Baseball Night in America on Fox as Paul Goldschmidt leads the Cardinals against the Brewers or L.A. De La Cruz. And the Reds take on the Giants. It all begins 7 Eastern on Fox. Check local listings for the game in your area. Sorry we didn't have the Tigers, Brad.
or the Red Sox. Either one of those would be good.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, we can fit them in.
We see the sequence. I am so curious to see if the 21 can win this battle again.
We'll find out. Here they are, Regan.
Well, Adam, the first long run read that these teams have gotten on their cars today, and it's a little bit different right now for the one of Sam Mayer than what it was. That car went loose that run, the whole run getting looser and looser the entire time. He needs a significant adjustment. They're going to take a big swing at it. And when you look at the 20 of Eric Almirola progressing his way through the field very nicely right now, but he's extremely tight. The opposite end of the spectrum cannot get the front tires to work and cannot turn down the hill. Josh?
7 of Justin Allgaier has swept the stages today. Said he needs a little more in the left rear to be able to be better on the long run. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment for him. And this 21 team has been so good off of pit road. That's how they've been getting ahead of the 7. Let's see if they can do it once again here, guys.
Couple of bobbles on pit road, and this time Allgaier in the 7 team able to jump out in front of the 21. Eric Almirola, they mentioned the slow climb down there. Josh did in his pit stop, getting it done on the racetrack and on pit road. He goes +2. And Parker Kligerman, we've been celebrating him, comes in 3rd, leaves 10th. They lost 7 positions in that exchange.
Yeah, we were excited to reach out and talk to him. Now I feel a little awkward dialing him up, but we're going to do it anyways here. Parker Kligerman, Joey Logano up in the FS1 booth. You got us?
Got you, buddy. What's up?
Well, you are and were up to the last couple seconds here for you. Your car is looking spectacular, especially on the long haul. What's making your car so good on the long run?
The Big Machine Racing team led by Pax Donahue just brought me a rocket ship of a Spike Coors Chevy. I think it's this paint scheme. You know, it's our owner, Scott Borchetta's paint scheme. We won 3 championships with it. Said no pressure, and I think we all rose up to the occasion here. But yeah, this thing's been awesome. Just taking care of the rear tires on the long run, Joe. You know, trying to find the grip out here. I love this place, though. It's so fun to search around and just finding the grip and making it work for you. But we got a little work to do here, but we got a long way to go. We still in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely are. They told us that your crew chief said he'd be happy with a top 12, but to me, I think you got a winning race car.
I appreciate it. Thanks. I think we got it, too. Hopefully, it'll be as fast as Xfinity Internet right here at the end, and we'll go get this checkered flag.
Coming from 10th in the final stage, it will be entertaining if he's able to get there. Free pass goes to Josh Bilicki. And we mentioned the problem on pit road. Chandler Smith was 10th, but goes in the wrong direction as the gas can got hung up there. These are the drivers on our broadcast, the analysts, pit reporters on our broadcast that have won right here at Darlington. Good memories, huh, fellas?
You guys are all so cool with your Southern 500. And I got the spring one.
Hey, but all three of us are winners.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Not that bad, but I would trade it out. You want to trade one out for a Southern 500? No?
I'm good.
All right.
It's a nice crown jewel to have. Oh, well, Adam Alexander, one day, buddy.
I'm confused. He's got a baseball bat with pads on. Is that how you played baseball?
Well, Bo Jackson did a shoot in the early 90s because he played professional, football, baseball, and so I went with it.
Okay, Bo.
Bo knows. Bo knows that Justin Allgaier is strong. Wins the stage, wins the race off pit road. Been great today, and takes the outside lane for the restart as we line them up. Final stage at Darlington.
Yeah, we've seen the battle. This has been the same front row on every restart so far. The 21 and the 7. The 7's won every time. He's going to win again.
Almirola, best running position of the day, is third. Mayer right behind him. And Brandon Jones continues the climb. The 9 is fifth. Can't say enough good things about Jesse Love, the rookie in the 2, looking for more. Inside of Riley Herbst, that red 98 on the outside.
It's so hard to get momentum off the corner there. He's trying to pull back Riley Herbst, so I side drafted him there off the bottom, but just not enough momentum off the bottom there.
Hill hanging around out front.
He's right on him, Adam. He's really pressuring. He's trying to make Justin run a little bit harder than Justin wants to run. And he's got a little bit more turn right here in the middle of 3 and 4. He's using that to get this big run and just challenge Justin all the way through 1 and 2. And this has kind of been the cat and mouse game that we've seen the last few restarts.
Yeah, no two runs are the same, but if you looked at these two the last time, same look. Austin Hill was pressuring Justin Allgaier for a little bit. Justin gapped himself, got a little bit of space there. And then towards the end of the run, Austin Hill is actually reeling them back in a little bit.
So let me ask this question. You're good to go on fuel, right? I mean, these are short stages, including the final stage. So if we don't get a caution, they're not going to pit again. And this has been a green flag race, right? So with that, does that change how aggressive you are taking care of your race car and in particular your tires in this situation?
You start this run, Adam, assuming that this is going to run out green. And you're going to have to go almost 50 laps on this set of tires. And I'm going to tell you, these guys are out of control after 35. Whoa, what a battle right here. Austin says, I'm not saving these tires.
No conservation.
Caution's out.
Haley Deegan, just as we said, we've not had a caution for incident. We get one. 4th yellow of the day, and that's Deegan in the 15, the Dale Earnhardt throwback.
That's a major left rear tire explosion. You got to assume that that didn't just blow out on its own.
Careful with it.
That's blown the whole quarter panel off that car.
Quarter panel's already ripped off of it, so just easy here.
Also lost the fuel probe. That's that green piece you see hanging out. Now kind of dropping down. I wonder what happened here.
Boy, it seemed like before she got into the corner there, it
blew out on her. Nice job keeping it off the wall for Haley.
You got to think that, I mean, either she ran over something or had contact.
Yeah, tire rub of some sort or some contact for sure, Joey. We just typically don't see left rear tire failures in the NASCAR Xfinity series. Sometimes in the Cup series you see it, but almost never in this series. A lot of damage as the tire carcass comes apart and starts flipping. But all these teams, Joey, they're ready to put another set of tires on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they have 2 sets left.
2 sets left.
2 sets left. So
but you've only done like 5 laps of green here since the end of stage 2.
Really tough call. You really want to put the tires on here because if the race stays green, you're going to need them. And they're going to win the race, the guys that have new tires. But, whoa.
2 sets of 45 laps to go. Put them on, baby. I'm coming down pit road.
And this is really big for one driver in particular. 17, William Byron, first car 1 lap down. After being 3 laps down, he will get the free pass and be back on the lead lap. Could he win this race and become the first driver to sweep the weekend since Brad did it 2018? That takes us to our promo for tomorrow. It's the Cup Series here on Throwback Weekend at Darlington. Coverage begins 1:30 Eastern Time. We fly the green flag at 3. It's the Goodyear 400. You look fast today in qualifying.
Yeah, really fast. I'm super excited for tomorrow. My teammate Chris Buescher and I, we've got really great cars. Showed a lot of speed last week. Chris almost winning. Kansas, it was close as I think.
Is that what you would call that, almost?
Yeah, well, you know, he didn't get the trophy, but
that was close.
Maybe a quarter inch short. So we're looking for a 1,000th of a second more this week with our cars. So excited for tomorrow.
It sounds like sarcasm, but it's not.
No, it's not.
You literally need a thousandth of a second.
Yes. All right, so pit road did not open this time. It gives these guys a little bit more time to think about this tough decision. If they do pit, they'll be pitting with 40 laps until they go green, right? So there's 44 to go. We'll run off 3 or 4 laps. And they'll be able to make it from there very easily.
We just anticipate we're going to get crazy finishes in the Xfinity Series. Been having it all year. Let's go back to Dover. Cole Custer leading, really had the dominant car, but it rained. We get a red flag. They eventually pitted. And then Allgaier jumped out front, but he had to pit because they were concerned about fuel. It put Ryan Truex out front with Carson Kvapil. Looked like the 88 might win in his second career start. Instead, it's the 20 who gets the job done on the restart. Ryan Truex wins for a second straight season at Dover as the caution comes out after the leader had taken the white flag. We've been getting our money's worth in the booth this year.
That's just one example of one of the crazy races we've had. Atlanta comes to mind. I mean, there were so many just wild things happening in the Xfinity Series. And this race has been pretty interesting so far, for sure. Let's listen to the 20 radio a little bit on some strategy options they have.
21 looks like they may come. Everyone else is just kind of hanging out on pit road. We would prefer to stay out. I'd like to run more laps to where it's more definitive. I don't really want to get back in the hornet's nest.
I know the feeling. Yes, I know the feeling. Pits will be open this time, and we're going to see what these crew chiefs are going to do.
Other thought here, 30 cars on the lead lap. Where does that fit into the equation when you talk about managing your strategy?
Well, a lot of them are staying out, almost all of them.
Yep.
The split happens, but it's not even a split.
Yeah.
Very
it's just
few
one
cars
car.
pitted.
A Lone Ranger.
I'm really surprised by
Wow.
this. This actually works out in the leader's favor. You know, you would be concerned if it was the top 5 on back pitting. But since it's one car so far back, even with the speed advantage, and it's going to be Parker Kligerman that's pitting, it's going to be really hard for him to drive through everybody.
Jim Pullman, the crew chief for Allgaier, said, yes, thank you very much. Allmendinger was in as well. We'll come right back to Darlington after this. Mentioned going to break. A.J. Allmendinger was making a pit stop. That's not a strategy call. They've got a problem with that 16, Josh.
For the 16 of A.J. Allmendinger, you could see the frustration on his face. During that last caution, everything shut off in that car. They were able to get it fired back up, but he had to come back down pit road, having issues with the power of that car, now saying an issue with the key switch. They've been trying to work to figure out exactly what is wrong with the 16 now heading back out, but it was a good day for A.J. Turned bad real fast.
Yeah, it was running inside the top 5, top 10 all day long. Other drivers that came down pit road here to get tires under this, our 4th caution of the day. Mentioned Parker Kligerman, Josh Williams, Chandler Smith, Kyle Sieg also made a pit stop. They'll restart outside the top 20, maybe outside the top 25, depending on the choose.
So this could be an interesting choose here and restart. The 7, we've talked about before, the outside lane doesn't have as much forward drive. Easier to spin the rear tires on the outside lane. Now you have a restart with older tires. Justin choosing the top. This might be the chance that Austin Hill has to maybe regain the lead of this one.
Attaboy for Ryan Sieg, Jeb Burton, both in the top 12. Green again with 39 to go.
Justin able to hook him up pretty well there, but still, Austin Hill is going to get a good run in the 1. So that really low entry isn't really working out for him.
Almirola squeezing high.
Oh, the energy's getting really high. Lots of contact in the back of the field.
19 is Taylor Gray going wrong direction. Black and yellow car, middle of your screen. Saw that from the aerial. Sam Mayer trying to get 3rd in the 1. He's driving down underneath the 20 of Almirola, but Almirola holds him off.
We're seeing Eric get into the wall there through 1 and 2 on the restart. Which one, if you didn't have his tires all the way clean or just expecting more grip than this refire on tires?
Ryan Sieg having a day. Mentioned inside the top 12 on the restart. Meanwhile, back to the 16 of Allmendinger.
Not having a good day. This is not what he needed.
You want him to the stall, Alex, or behind the wall?
It's been a tough year for the Kaulig group. The one thing they are thankful for, some road course races on the way next month. Portland and Sonoma back-to-back, where you got to believe Allmendinger and Shane Van Gisbergen will be really, really good. And there's the 97 right there, throwing it back to Marcus Ambrose. And the 81 of Chandler Smith on those those fresh tires as he came down the pit lane.
So these battles with throughout the pack, the congestion when they get off a turn 4 or even turn 2 and all the momentum kind of swings around on everybody, it gets tight really quick. It's fun to watch. Cole Custer getting to the inside of Sheldon Creed right now in the 1. Kind of a game of chicken here, Brad, into turn 1. Who's going to drive in harder and get position?
Ooh, Cole runs him up a little bit.
So you and him.
But not too much. Not going to clear him. He's going to have a good battle down in turn 3.
No run.
Cole really ships it down in there.
And don't look now, but the guy coming behind them really fast is Parker Kligerman. He's about 3 cars behind them. He is just passing 2-3 cars a lap here. He's already drove all the way up to 14th. Yeah, and he is coming fast.
And we talked about this. Man, it's only 4 maybe 5 laps of hard running on those tires. That's how much tires are worth here in Darlington, right? He's just got a little bit newer tires in these cars in front of him, and he is smoking through the field right now.
Toyota on board, Sheldon Creed. Racing Custer for 10th, Jeb Burton in the 27. Some nice back and forth, backside of the top 10.
Whoa. Sheldon tries to come up right in front of Cole Custer, and Cole says, no, sir.
You know, Custer led the first 20-plus laps of this race from the pole, had the issue on pit road, and has finally gotten himself back inside the top 10 in that double zero.
It just feels like, Adam, if he could get back into that top 2 or 3, he could win this race. You know, he's just got to get through some of this traffic here, and it hasn't been his friend here as of late, but he's got a really solid car, and he's just putting himself in position, running a smooth race.
Oh, he's in the wall a little bit there off of 4.
Slid up in front of Jeb Burton. Back behind him, the Toyota of Sheldon Creed. We look at our Toyota top performers, best of the bunch. Eric Almirola in the 20, Creed here in 11th. Chandler Smith made that pit stop, got the sticker tires. He's up to 16th, and Taylor Gray slid back on the restart 20th right now. Doing double duty this weekend. Was in the truck race and finished top 10 last night, did Taylor Gray.
Parker's going to try to get 2 for 1 here. With those fresher tires.
I think he might. What a move.
Picked up a dozen positions since the restart as Parker Kligerman, or close to it, plus 11 now.
Whoa, did you see how sideways the 18 was in the turn one? Completely sideways. I got to see that again. That was incredible. I don't even know how it happened.
8 is Sammy Smith. Haven't talked a whole lot about him today. Made the move in the offseason from Joe Gibbs Racing to Junior Motorsports.
And I'll tell you, this last yellow was such a great sequence for a number of drivers and bad sequence for a few others. Maybe a little contact from Jeb Burton.
I'd say there's contact when he lifted into the corner, but boy, that thing was sideways. Does a great job not hitting the wall. That could have been a day ender right there. Sheldon Creed, great save.
You look back behind this group, William Byron got the free pass back on the lead lap. He's worked his way to 18th. And there you see the 17 looking for more, racing Carson Quapple.
William Byron's just been waiting for his moment to actually pass cars for position. He's finally there at this point of the race where he can start moving his way back up through the field. Remember, he had that flat right front tire early in the race. He was 2 laps down, back to 1, now back on the lead lap and able to start making some ground up.
Absolutely. That yellow was huge for him. Not only did it put him on the lead lap, it put the field on split strategies, which is he's going to try to establish some track position while he has this opportunity. He's doing a great job of doing just that. He's broke into the top 15 now.
Ford winless this year. This is our Ford Performance onboard camera. 2 Fords going at it. Ryan Sieg passed by the 98 of Riley Herbst. 29 laps to go. Here at the track, Too Tough to Tame. It's been the Justin Allgaier show today. He's led 90 laps. Austin Hill is second. Almirola, Mayer, Jones, your top 5. We're going side by side on FS1. Glad you're with us. It's our 5th yellow of the day. Justin Allgaier continues to show the way, and now no brainer for these guys up front. You come down and you get tires, and the 31 Parker Retzlaff has got the window net down.
Yeah, we had a spin in 1 and 2, like the 28 car.
Kyle Sieg.
Is he below an engine? Oh no, we got a lot of things going on here.
Oh, there might be some oil on the racetrack possibly. You see one maybe blowing up and the one behind it spinning out. I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Maybe that's why Parker dropped his window net. It probably blew up.
I would say that's right. throwing it back to Harry Gant. I would say that might be my favorite paint scheme. 31 this weekend, and Kyle Sieg hanging on to it in the 28.
I'll tell you who did not want this yellow was Parker Kligerman. He was driving through the field all the way up to sixth place.
But I will say, when he elected to come down pit road, he was 13th, so they're better than they were then, right? And he still has a set of tires. Now he just has to hope we don't get another caution.
Yes.
That would really
put
them behind the 8 ball. But everybody's got at least one set here.
But if the race was going to stay green there, he had a shot of winning here on pace. He was really passing cars fast.
Just outside the top 10, William Byron is up to 13th, so they're in a much better position than they were early in this race when they had the tire issue, went 3 laps down. They've come back and are in the game.
And this is the money stop. There's the pit crew that's been the fastest on pit road. This is their time to shine, right? If you can get your driver out front on the front row with less than 20 laps to go on a restart, boy, earn your paycheck, boys. This is the time to go.
And Allgaier trying to finish the deal. We've talked about the fact he hasn't won this year, but he's been in position so many times. Incredible cars, leading inside of 5 to go at Phoenix, and has the tire issue. This is Texas, right? When he's in the game again, had been so good out front, leading, and then the contact there with Honeyman. Shot out of line at Talladega, and that hard hit took him out of contention early in Alabama. And last 2 weeks ago, all the rain at Dover, when he had a great opportunity to go out and get it done at the Monster Mile. They make the pit stop, and then they had the late spin and they hit the wall. Allgaier leading them down here. Everybody else coming as well, Regan.
Adam St. Mayor's team in the 1 car making gains on his car. This particular run said he does not need too much from where he is. Wants to be freed up just a little bit, though, because of it being a shorter run. And Eric Almirola in the 20 car had been tight earlier in the race, all day tight, to be honest with you. But they've made that better. He doesn't want any adjustments. Josh?
For the 7 of Justin Allgaier, the team told him it's a matter of just continuing to do what he's been doing. He's been dominant. They just want a good stop here. And for the 21 of Austin Hill, he said that last adjustment really hurt the car, especially in 3 and 4, as they hope they can get him something back with an adjustment on pit road.
Pretty good effort so far on pit road. We'll see who wins the race off. And it's going to be close. Actually, not at all. It's going to be Allgaier who jumps right out in front of Mayer. His teammate gets 1. Austin Hill comes off behind him. Almirola drops 2. Custer comes off 5th, so he's right back in it. Allgaier having a great day here at Darlington. He's in control when we return. Brad told us off the top the reason he picked this race is because the finishes here are always outstanding.
Yes, they are, and we are setting up for another one today. Look at some of these finishes over the last few years. This one was epic. 2020 fall race. Brandon Jones getting a win. Sheldon Creed battling Kyle Larson.
Noah Gregson said,
gets
thank you very much, right?
Oh, the hits just keep on coming.
And then he climbed the fence.
And then last year, 2023 spring, John Hunter Nemechek trying to make the pass for the win, and Kyle Larson. Kyle holds him off. Who knows? We're going to have another finish like this today. We might.
That was a great comeback for Larson. And the best part about our little throwback here is Regan's outfit, you know?
Look at him.
It's, you know, they probably made him wear that.
Today he's just a company man.
I got to tell you guys, it felt very newsy out there that day. But it is a little bit more simplified today. Back in our Fox gear, feeling good out here on pit road. And what a great race this has been. And certainly that was a great race as well last year.
But we're glad to have you back, Regan. Looking good, buddy.
Allgaier leading, takes the outside lane. We'll restart with 18 to go. Here's 7 radio.
Y'all are on it today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's finish it out. You've been doing awesome on the restarts. Focus on your deal here. Yes, sir. Copy that.
Now, what's different on this restart is Sam Mayer is on the inside this time. He's been racing against Austin Hill on every single restart up to this point. So he does not know his competitor quite the same. They also are teammates, so they most likely have the same most of everything, or at least he knows what he's got in the car there. So it's going to be a little different game for him.
Jim Pullman said teamwork makes the dream work. We'll see what teammates equal on the front row. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. Goodyear, more driven.
Good to see the blimp out here today. We get some great shots off of that thing.
After the choose, Custer moves up to row 2 alongside Austin Hill. Almirola, who was up to second prior to the caution, lost a couple of positions on pit road, and he'll have some ground to make up when we return to the green flag. They added that lap, so we'll have 17 to go when we get the restart.
Yeah, and it's something interesting, you know, Eric Almirola was 4th off of pit road. He chose the 3rd lane on the outside, which means he was willing to give up a row to take the preferred lane of the top.
Yeah, the bottom 3rd place, Joey, the last few restarts has really struggled. And it's given up the spot even all the way to the top. Not just the 4th place, but even to the 6th place. So he must be taking that in account here.
Yeah, and it's always such a hard decision because what you hate doing so late in the race is giving up a row.
Yes.
Right, you're giving up a spot, and you don't really know exactly how this race is going to play out, and you're banking on passing them on the restart, but you're still giving up that spot. Gosh, I hate doing that, but it's sometimes the position you're put in to do that, as we saw A.J. Allmendinger still rolling around fighting his electrical issues, I guess.
Yeah, to that point, last year, William Byron won this race, the Cup Series race, this same time last year. And he picked the bottom on a restart when everybody picked the top, moved up a couple rows. They all wrecked. He got through. You never know. Maybe we'll see something similar like that here today.
Well, we're about to find out, I believe. Or I think they put the
might have added
pace car's
another
still
lap.
out. They added another
they
lap
did.
for something.
We're building the drama here.
Building the tension. You know, I got to tell you, I'm looking at these two teammates on the front row, and if I'm, you know, Dale Jr., Kelly Earnhardt, I'm a little nervous right here, because 1 and 2 at Darlington on a restart, side by side with my 2 cars. Whew.
Yeah.
This
Not my favorite moment as a car owner.
This has been a good racetrack for Junior Motorsports. Justin Allgaier has won here twice, delivered 2021 in the spring, and then came back a year later and did it again. Both of his victories coming in the springtime. And if memory serves me right, both those seasons, Junior Motorsports got the sweep. Allgaier won in the spring. Noah Gregson won in the fall, 21-22. And if he wins today, it would be significant because look at the all-time wins list. Allgaier would join Tommy Houston and the Boss Man Dale Jr. at 24 career victories.
So do you think Dale Earnhardt Jr. is pulling for him to win?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
There's a little part of him that's like,
Junior could still add to his win total.
He's going to run that 88
that's
car
right.
at Bristol.
Yes.
So there you go. He can still add to it.
3 Junior Motorsports Chevrolets in the top 10 for the restart. Brandon Jones joining this duo on the front row. He'll restart row 4. 16 laps to go. Allgaier's been the dominator, and now he tries to finish it.
The fans are ready. You could just feel the intensity picking up.
Allgaier with a pretty good launch up top, but doesn't have no help pushing him. The one able to get a good run into the corner, but man, we just seen Justin Allgaier do that all day. Just rolls turn 1 really so good.
We get teased middle of the corner every time on these restarts, and then off of 2, there goes the 7. And here comes the 21 for second. Austin Hill outside of Mayer. Custer is back in the game in 4th.
Oh, he's got a great run off the corner. So he's going to push Austin Hill, maybe clear into turn 1. Not quite.
This is going to get tight right here off of turn 2. Look for Eric Almirola to have a run, possibly if they're too wide off the corner. Probably a little bit too far back for Eric.
The give and take is gone across the field. We're seeing lots of guys side by side off of turn 2. Woo.
Only 5 cautions today, 2 for a problem on track, but this is the portion of the race that typically produces them. Everybody starts getting more and more aggressive. Custer to 3rd.
And we talked about Eric Almirola's choose decision. Okay, so he could have been Cole Custer. He could have taken the bottom on that. Cole having a good restart, the bottom lane hanging pretty strong. It's so hard to know what to do, but that's how that one resulted out. Here's the 8 with an issue.
Sammy Smith coming off a DNF at Dover when he crashed.
Tires looked up there. I don't know what that one was about.
So you got a Junior Motorsports car out front, one coming to pit lane. We got a report tire going down on the 8 for Sammy Smith. Kligerman 6th in front of Riley Herbst.
Kligerman getting a little bit of a push down into the corner, probably a little more than he wants.
Jesse Love continues to do a nice job hanging around the top 10 all day long. No practice yesterday, no qualifying. He had never been here, but his average running position has been impressive.
Barrett's really fighting hard here to make something of his day. I talk about the comeback of the weekend here, that 17 team.
Chase Elliott scheduled to drive that car at Charlotte. Boris Said going to be behind the wheel of the 17 in Sonoma.
That'll be fun to watch.
The Said heads will be out in full force in Northern California, right in wine country.
Ten to go, and Justin Allgaier has just yarded the field today. Wow, has he been impressive on the restarts and as he's gotten going here.
As we look at Jesse Love, here are the first timers. Love 8th, Shane Van Gisbergen 19th. Talk about Sonoma, you know, he's looking forward to those road courses coming up. Carson Quapple's 20th, and Leland Honeyman Jr. has been fighting his car all day long.
Yeah, you just got to really give Jesse Love a ton of credit. He's got a great team, but he is really making the most of it. Tough racetrack, had a solid day all day so far.
9 to go for Allgaier.
Yeah, Justin has checked out. I'm sure he's paced himself a little bit, and if a caution comes out here, that's where it's going to be pretty tricky for him. So, you know, you don't want to burn your tires up too much, get too far out. I'm sure he's pacing that, hoping that there isn't a caution. But it wouldn't be surprising if there was a caution,
not at all.
The way these races go.
6 of 10 races this year have ended in overtime. Look at the most top 10s all time in the Xfinity Series. Currently a tie at the top, Justin Allgaier, Kyle Busch. So Justin trying to take over the lead there. Harvick not bad at 261. You'll see him on FS1 tomorrow. Coverage of the Goodyear 400 with Clint Boyer and Mike Joy. What about our leader, Josh?
Yeah, and for Justin Allgaier, when I caught up with him before the race, he told me this season has been the most frustrated he's been in a long time. For the mere fact that it felt like every decision they made said the wrong thing would happen. But he said this is a track he feels really good about. He knows about, obviously, this track too tough to tame, but a ton of confidence for coming into this race. And this could really change the fortune of this team that's been frustrated, but a win could change a lot of that here today.
Josh, let's check Justin's radio with inside of 7 laps remaining.
1.7. Let's manage the gap now in case we get another restart. Take care of your tires right here.
I'm going to tell you, if they get another restart, I'm coming to put tires on this thing, Joey.
I mean, you're pretty late in the run, but some cars are going to have to stay out. We talk about Parker Kligerman. He used up that set of tires. A couple others have done that too that will not have that option.
You know, last year, Cole Custer was one of the drivers that gave up track position. They thought maybe they had a problem with their tires, so they came down, made a pit stop, and had a huge rally late in the race to finish third. And that's where he's running right now after starting up front.
Well, we said his average finish was in the 3s.
3.8.
He's running third.
There. So is Allgaier's. Both of them going to help their averages a little bit today.
Great battle here. Chandler Smith, William Byron. These guys have been side by side trading the 11th position. Several times I've looked up and seen this.
I mean, going back and forth a lot, you know, William Byron, you know, we kind of expected him to move forward a little bit more this run in particular, I think, now that he's back on the lead lap, but he really is kind of stuck right there in the 11th, 12th position. Probably not too happy with the handling of his car.
I wonder if he did some damage to it when he had that flat tire and hit the wall. It's hard to know.
They've done a great job battling, though, from 3 laps down to the lead lap and an opportunity for a top 10. Less than 4 to go for Justin Allgaier. And there's his crew chief, Jim Pohlman. He says, just get me to that white flag. I don't need any more strategy calls or restarts today.
And they've been in this position. This is not the first time this year they've been in this position. Looks like the race is in the bag. They're doing really well. Everything is good to go. And boom, something happens. You know right now they are thinking about those moments, and they're so nervous about it.
Well, I said just get me to the white flag. For them, they're saying get me to the checkers, right? I mean,
yes.
they want it all because, as Joey said, they have had some odd things happen late in races this year.
It's just really smooth, right up against the wall. Got a lot of speed and pace. Yeah, he did just get a little stripe, it looked like. He made light contact, but
yeah, I'd give myself a little gap off the fence right about now, Brad.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd say, you know what, I got 3 seconds and 2 laps to go. I can probably chill out. I could probably run the bottom.
This reminds me of Reddick at Miami when he was trying to win Xfinity championships, and he would run out by the wall, and you're like, get off the wall and just manage it to the finish.
This is what he does well, and he's trying to do it consistently.
White flag going to be out this time around for Justin Allgaier. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, if he's able to bring this thing around here, it's a much-deserved win. Obviously, a fast car. A lot of wins taken away from him this year from something happening. This time, it's looking pretty good.
They've been incredible all day long. Get out the broom for Justin Allgaier. Sweeps the stages. Going to lead 119 laps and get his first win of 2024. Justin Allgaier wins at Darlington.
Every one of y'all down there deserves every bit of this, boys. Y'all have worked your butts off. And I'm sorry that it's taken all the way to Darlington to get it done for you, but what a day. Eddie, thank you. Pit stop.
Second time in his career. He's got his first win of the season at the track too tough to tame. And give him the hat trick here. 3 times he's pulled into victory lane at this place. Austin Hill was second, Cole Custer third, Mayer in fourth. He's been top 5 in 4 of the last 5. Talking about Sam Mayer, and Eric Almirola finishes in the 5th position.
He certainly earned it today, like you said, Adam. Really earned it. A couple times on those restarts, you know, he gave up the lead on pit road and just got it back, right?
Absolutely. Great execution all the way through the whole race team. Whether it was managing the run, the pit stops, the restarts, keeping the car in one piece there. Even though we got a little nervous at the end there, but he's so close to the wall, did a great job just managing everything that he needed to. When you have the fastest car, you really, really want to make sure you win. And
yes, he did that today for sure.
And he jumps to the top 10. When you look at the all-time wins list, 24th victory for Allgaier. He matches the boss man, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tommy Houston.
Move him up to 4th in points. I'm sure he'll be happy about that.
And another top 10. That's 267 in his career. No one in the history of the Xfinity Series has that many. He bests Kyle Busch in that category.
That's a cool stat to have.
Ninth driver to win this season. And the second win of the year for Junior Motorsports. Sam Mayer, of course, delivered in dramatic fashion last month when we were at Texas Motor Speedway. Third time in his career, he swept the stages and won the race. And look at this.
So they're coming out the roof.
Raise the roof.
Junior Motorsports really needed this win. Kind of gets them back, pointed the right direction, as you said, Adam. Had a lot of speed, not just with Justin's car, but I think we saw that, you know, with Sam Mayer today.
They put 3 cars in the top 10. Mayer and Brandon Jones ended up 10th this afternoon. Let's hear from the winner, down to Regan.
Well, Justin Allgaier, with what was nearly a perfect day, you lead 119 laps, your 3rd win at Darlington. Justin, you've been close this year. How nervous were you at the end of this race that something could go bad again?
I just wanted Eddie to call white flag, and man, God is so good. Car's rolling back, hang on. I thought with a flat tire it'd stay where it was at, but God's so good, man. We've had such a heck of a year. We've led a ton of laps, and we haven't been able to do it, but the guys walking down pit road right there, true testament to them, everybody back at the shop at Junior Motorsports. Rick Brandt's here today, so we caused a party. I just can't say enough. This is Darlington weekend. You fans, I mean, this weekend is always my favorite. You know, all of our partners at Junior Motorsports, Unilever, Hellman's, Chevrolet, Hendrick Engine Shop. We got the old farm truck, and it ran pretty good. So I think having a little gray hair today helped me out, though. Those long green flag runs and being able to kind of know, you know, what's worked in the past here. And Eddie did a fantastic job. Pit crew was amazing. I mean, just all in all, the day was good. We were as fast as Xfinity Internet today, that's for sure. But just proud of this team for sure.
You tied your boss for 10th on the all-times win list today, and you are now the career leader for top 10s overall in this series. You in the Xfinity Series, something special. What's that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I didn't know if the day would come that I'd be able to match Dale Jr. Not only is he a great boss, but really good mentor and an unbelievable race car driver. I mean, you fans know it. Dale Jr. is he's an incredible human being, and so to come here, to be able to tie him, to be able to take over the all-time 10s. Man, there's nothing better than that. My wife and kids are here. Like I said, Rick Brandt's here. Party cause, babe. Just what a heck of a weekend. Mother's Day weekend. I got to say, happy Mother's Day to my mom. She's here. My wife as a mother. And all you moms out there, all you moms at home, just a cool weekend.
Justin Allgaier, winner at Darlington.
Second straight runner-up finish here at Darlington for Austin Hill. Austin, a strong day, obviously, but what more did you need to catch the 7?
Well, our Bennett Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity Internet all day. It just, the driver wasn't. I just couldn't get into turn 1 on restarts like I really needed to all day, and I think a lot of it's just me. I just got to figure out what to do differently getting into turn 1. I did really good with my launches. That's something that I've struggled with here, where I'll buzz the tires like late in the zone, and didn't do that all day. I felt pretty good about my restarts. Just when I'd get down into 1, I would always get tight. There was a few times I get on the splitter and stuff, but more so than anything, I got to do a better job inside the race car. I thought we were just as good as the 7 all day. Congrats to those guys. But yeah, we were just that little bit off today, and I think most of it was me. I think our car was fast enough, but we'll go back to the drawing board, try to be better for the next one. We've had speed everywhere we go. We just got to keep finishing them off, and we'll end up in victory lane again.
Austin, what can you say about the job your pit crew did several times, got you ahead of the 7 when it came to getting out of pit road?
Yeah, that's probably what I'm more frustrated about than anything else, is that my pit crew killed it all day, and then I would lose a spot on the racetrack for them. So sorry to those guys. I mean, they bust their asses off to get me off pit road first, and then I lose it getting into turn 1. So just frustrating day all day. But hopefully we'll go back to the drawing board, and there's things I can learn going forward, and we'll get us one here eventually.
Austin Hill, top 10 in every single start here at Darlington.
That's an impressive stat. Last time Allgaier won was last fall at Martinsville. That victory put him in the championship 4. He wins today at Darlington, so he's going to the playoffs again. The veteran dominates here in Darlington, South Carolina.